can keep working on it, man.
Go
Because
ahead, do what you gotta do.
it's gonna take some time. It's gonna have to alert people that we're finally live and everything. But yeah, still won't let you upload a picture.
I'm just gonna upload my last live picture, which
right.
is
All right, looks like it finally
yeah,
started
it
making
went
it through.
only.
I see it. It's small, but I can see it.
It's such so gay.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it, but it's like right over the sound bar too. Like where you like every time like you talk it like it starts like you'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Just stop for a second and like it goes right. It's weird. But I can
I
see it.
see it. I see it. We're gonna fix this critique when it really matters, which
We'll
actually
start
just really matters. This
yeah,
is for
exactly.
all the
Yeah, yeah.
marbles.
Yeah, exactly. We'll start a conspiracy theory that I had some third party act like they're a Philly. All right, we got a couple people finally coming in. All right, guys, welcome to the preview. This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. And my guest today is none other than Philly Mike. Go ahead, Philly. You want to spiel, man?
Say it again.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Philly Mike. If you want to check my channel out, just type in Philly Mike in the search bar. I'll come up. But yeah, Gay City Sports. He really knows his football. And what we really need to know is how are we gonna beat these Dallas Cowboys?
Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. Guys, if you leave a comment if you post a comment in the comment section and you want one of us, if you're trying to ask one of us a particular comment, guys, make sure you direct it to us like Gate City or Philly Mike. Y'all don't know my name, guys. It's Steve. Sexy Vegan, what's up, man? Steven Joyce, what's going on, brother? From Minnesota. How cold is it there, bro? We need to pick on Jeff Heath. Yeah, bro, I agree with you on that one, man. We definitely need to pick on Jeff Heath. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So what's the temperature in the room
100%.
about Carson? What's the temperature in the room about Carson Wentz, guys? I'm gonna kick this off with Philly Mike, but you guys jump in on the comments. Let us know. Philly Mike, what's the deal, bro? What's going on with Carson Wentz today?
Well, to start this out, the main focus he got to worry about is just playing a clean game. The dude got talent. We all see that day in and day out. But he has to take care of the football. We're not talking interceptions. Just don't fumble the football. That's his biggest knock of this season so far.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We can't fall like I think I know exactly what you're getting at, Philly Mike, which is we can't. Number one, Stephen Joyce, negative 25 degrees, bro. Man, I don't know how y'all be doing it up there, man. That's crazy, bro. I'm in North Carolina.
If I can comment real quick,
it gets to negative 25 here in North Carolina, bro. They shutting down the state. Go ahead. What were you saying, Philly Mike?
Negative 25. Kids ain't having school for a week over here.
Yeah, no way. Ain't no way you going to school on that, bro. It'd break everything in there. Oh, you're from Philly? Yeah, bro. They would shut us down, man. In North Carolina, they would shut us down. I grew up in Delaware, man, Northeast Delaware, outside of Wilmington, Delaware. But yeah, man, like no way. They would shut us down. No way. Philly Mike was kind of getting on to something, guys, before I distracted us here. We were talking about this aspect of there's one criticism we can have for Carson Wentz's game is it's the tendency to hold the ball a little too long and then get really iffy on the ball security. And that can't happen this game, guys. We cannot give Dallas extra possessions. We give Dallas extra possessions, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, which is that whole aspect of ball security, man. Keeping two hands on the football. And to be honest with you, what's up, Cowboys X Factor? To be honest with y'all, wife is from here. Oof, that's rough, Stephen Joyce, man. I imagine for her, though, it's second nature. To be real with you, we don't need to be holding the ball in this game. It needs to be quick timing. They need to go back to what we did in the first half of last week's game, which was quick timing rhythm passes. Can't hold the ball here, man. We start giving DeMarcus Lawrence and we start giving Quinn time to get around the edges. That's going to be a problem. Cannot hold the ball.
Especially with Vitae and no Lane Johnson.
That's a good point. And we got Vitae playing, and it's not Lane Johnson in there. So, I mean, luckily for Vitae, I think he's matched up with, depending. I mean, Dallas could shift their line. That's the problem. But I think he's matched up with Lawrence, which is probably the more favorable matchup because Quinn's a speed rusher.
Yeah, he's too fast. He's too fast. He's way too fast.
If I was Dallas, to be honest with you, that's probably what I would do. Is I would probably try to find a way to get Quinn matched up on Vaitai.
And that's what's so good about a guy like Khalil Mack. He will play on both sides of the ball. Where you got a lot of these, big name pass rushers nowadays, but they still stick to one side of the ball. Unlike a guy like Khalil Mack, he'll do whatever you ask him, and he'll do it at a top level. At a top level.
Exactly. Cowboys X Factor, man. Thanks, man. He said, "Good luck to you and I today." Cowboys can't give Eagles extra possessions either. Yeah, I agree. Cowboys X Factor. To be real with you, the Eagles need to figure out a way to cause turnovers, man. We're struggling with that. We have not called turnovers recently.
I think the last time we got an interception, probably, I don't remember. Don't even remember. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Sexy Vegan, Steve, Vaitai is going to get murdered. I hope not. I hope not, man. If Vaitai starts getting beat, bro, it's going to be a long, long day. I would expect that what they're going to do, Sexy Vegan, is that they're going to go strong side of offense there. You're going to see a lot of tight end, a lot of running back help.
Yeah.
The problem is when we look at Dallas's defensive line, Dallas likes to play the 43 over defensive line, assignment more than any team that I've watched on film, guys. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's simply put, it's when you have a player. So 43 over is when you have the tight end side. That's your strong side, right? So the defense matches up with one guy in a 1 technique, one guy in a 3 technique, and one guy in a 5 or a 9 technique. So you're basically having an unbalanced line is another way of looking at that. But you're doing it towards the strong side of that offensive line. So let's be real with you. That means that if they're matching up 43 over, it's more than likely our strong side of our line is going to be towards Vaitai. So that's a bit concerning, guys. We got to be real careful with that.
And just to piggyback off that real quick, the liability that Vaitai can cause us, it really hampers our offense, which is already a hampered offense with the fact of we got practice squad guys out there. We got no receivers. And now you're going to take one of our best receivers in our tight ends in Dallas Goedert or Zach Ertz. You're going to make him block a little bit. It's going to affect his route. Tight ends are already slow. And the thing is, by the time our tight end reaches a 5-10 yard mark, it's already been 4 seconds in the pocket because of the chip block. And another guy who's one of our most explosive weapons, and Miles Sanders, if you're using the tight ends or the running backs to chip, that's the totality of our offense.
Exactly, guys. We just have to be careful with it. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, we got to be ready for this stuff, guys, because it's coming. They're going to be coming for us, man. I'm looking through some game film right now, guys, so I'll probably pop this up for you all in a second just to show you what I'm talking about with this 43 over versus under defensive line adjustments and how the Cowboys like to play it and the havoc it can cause. You go back here. Yeah, here's a perfect example, guys. I'm going to show it to you just because it's a great example of this, what we're talking about right now, guys. So let me go back far enough where you guys can physically see it. So let me go. I'm going to flip the screen around, guys, so that way everybody can see everything that's going on. So I'm going to go to share screen. All right, guys, let me go to.
My bad, guys. If you guys were listening to that, I don't know where Gay City Sports is. There you are.
Oh, can you see me now, guys?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going into. I want to show you guys something. Hang on, I got to go through. I got like a million tabs open, guys. So it might take me a second to find the tab I need. Let's see. NFL streams not what I'm looking for, bro.
While he's finding the tabs,
I got it now.
Go ahead and get some predictions going up.
Philly Mike, can you see the screen? Is it showing it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna maximize the screen for y'all. All right, let me close this part of it out. I want y'all to look here at this line. You see where Kelsey is, right? You got one defensive lineman that's on his left shoulder. That's the 1 technique. Then you got another guy that's over Brandon Brooks. That's a 3 technique. Then you got DeMarcus Lawrence, which is out on Lane Johnson, right? As a 5, it's about a 5 technique. Kind of pushing a 7 technique, but I'm just going to call that a 5 technique. Watch what they do, guys. Strip. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what we cannot have happen today. Cannot have that kind of crap go down. This is what Dallas loves to do, guys. So I'm going to stop the share screen.
And that was against
Lane Johnson. That's not even Vaitai in there.
And that was exactly.
So we just got to be careful with this, guys. I mean, look, I told Philly Mike before we went live, man, in my opinion, when you study Dallas on film, this is not like a really difficult team. Hang on, bro. This is a weird angle they got to say here, man. So when you study them on film, this is not a hard team to figure out, like the way that they like to play. So I'm gonna tell you right now, early in downs, Dallas loves to play single high safety, cover one or cover three. So cover one being a man concept, cover three being a zone concept. Then when you get them if they get you into a third and long, kind of down in distance, guys, what they like to do to you is hit you with cover two. So if they get you into a third and long, kind of down in distance, guys. Wow, that's really delayed. I just heard it coming to your side there, Philly Mike. We got to figure out how we can have these, zone beaters, and we got to be able to beat that cover two, because we do have an issue to where if we can't get Rob Davis to run coverage off, cover two could be a pain in the ass on third down. And we're going to have to convert on third down and extend drives. That's going to be a big issue here, is that Carson Wentz has got to hoist this team on the back, man. And he's going to have to walk with it, man. He's going to have to do it himself in a lot of cases. And I got to be honest with you, man. If we start turning the ball over, putting the ball on the dirt, can't beat zone concepts, it's going to be a long afternoon. I mean, what's your thoughts on Rob Davis, man? You think they're going to target him, Philly Mike?
Yes. Like the initial watch of the Washington Redskins game didn't look like he only got 6 snaps, I believe, right? 6 snaps he got in the Washington Redskins game.
I think
After I look at
I want to say it was like 6 in the first half. I think he had double digits overall, but yeah, he only had 6 in the first half of that game.
And they're sending him long. They know why we brought him up. They're sending him long. We're just not biting on it. Carson Wentz got to throw one up there just to make sure that Dallas can account for that deep threat. It will change it will change their defense of how they look at us, because they know one thing that the Redskins didn't do and the Giants didn't do. They let Zach Ertz eat all day.
Yeah, they did.
When you have a guy like Zach Ertz, you got to bracket coverage him. I mean, I don't want them to do that, but the Cowboys will do that. They're going to focus on Zach Ertz, and so we need Greg Ward, Dallas Goedert, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to beat single coverage.
Stephen Joyce. Hopefully J.J. can wake up today. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, right, if J.J. actually contribute. I mean, we're going to need, we're short on targets. We're short on playmakers. Like, everybody who puts a uniform on and steps onto the football field, it's got to contribute today. Got to make a contribution. GOAT stature. I did not like that play. You seen Carson, did not like how his leg got twisted. Yeah, I mean, Carson doesn't have really, really bad footwork in the pocket, but when I watch film of him, GOAT stature, sometimes what I will see from Carson is he's got a bad tendency sometimes. He's such a fast strider. So when he's doing his dropbacks, a 3 or 5 step dropback, sometimes he gets to that third or that fifth step way too soon. So the plays down the field haven't developed yet. And if that happens to you, that means you have to anticipate where the receiver's going and throw it there. You can't hold it. There's an example of that, guys. If you look at the play last week where he came off and hit Miles Sanders, he had Goddard open. The issue was he got to that third step too quickly. So the play hadn't developed yet. He didn't like the feel in the pocket. He rolled it, and because he's an athletic freak, I mean, I don't know. You name 5 other quarterbacks that can make that throw, and I'll tell you what, bro, you deserve a gold star, because I don't know 5 other quarterbacks can make that he made there. But I mean, there was some issues there with his footwork that caused him to have to do that. There's a reason why, when you look on film, it's damn, Goddard did break open. What the hell? He got to his set too quickly. It happens, man. Nobody's perfect, guys. No one is perfect. It's just the way it is. Birds Nation, we ain't done yet. I agree, man. I agree. Brian, as much of a cornball as Dak is, I don't wish injury upon my opponent. That being said, let's destroy the Cowboys today. Brian, I agree with you, man. I don't ever want to wish a career-altering or ending type injury on anybody. At the end of the day, these are people with kids and families, and you know what I'm saying?
100%.
But I'm being honest with you, Brian. If I'm the Eagles defensive coordinator, well, I'll tell you right now, I think the Cowboys are actually hiding the extent of the injury. I'm going to be honest with you. Until Dak can demonstrate to me that he can throw downfield past maybe 3 or 4 throws,
you got to press up.
I'm coming for him. I'm coming for him, because I know some people my boy Joel over there. Philly 500. I know he feels like maybe this is a cat and mouse game with the Cowboys trying to act like he's hurt when he's not. He's hurt, guys. When team physicians, like team doctors, are getting on reviewing the film and saying like he's hurt, he's hurt. I think what's going on now is that they don't want the Eagles just queuing in on Ezekiel Elliott. So now they're playing a cat mouse game of, oh no, we let him do the walkthrough on Saturday and everything looked good. If I'm Jim Schwartz, prove it. Prove it. I'm coming for you.
I agree 100%.
Everything I got.
100%.
And even if he is healthy, and he may be, guys, once you get a shot in your arm, once that cortisol gets in your arm, or was it Toritol, the other one they like to use? Once that gets in your arm, you're not going to feel anything for a little bit, but it's still going to
be good.
It's still going to mess with the sensation, so you're not going to have very good touch on the football. So he's going to probably be off a little bit anyways. The Eagles got to capitalize, man. If he misses, we got to capitalize, man. We got to get some turnovers in this game. Maniac Matt, the fumbles from Carson are a real constant, but I think at times we may a bit too critical at times. I'm pumped for this second game. You don't have to be that proper, Maniac Matt. You could just say effing game. I got what you meant, bro. Tracy Williams, let's go. Yeah, let's go, brother. This is a big game, man. I've been waiting for this crap since like as soon as the game went final last Sunday, bro. I was ready. Or Sunday. No, we played Monday the week before. Like, I've been waiting, man. This game is like the worst because it's just sitting there waiting for this crap to come around, man.
100%.
Jack Matter, Maniac, this ducking game will be great. I'm hoping, man. Philly Mike.
Talking about ducking, everybody see Hodges got benched, I believe, from Pittsburgh?
Did he really?
Yeah, he threw like 2 early picks. I think they benched him. Damn. I'm not watching the games because at this point, there's only one thing that matters, and that's the NFC East.
Donald Bynum, new team, new game, fly. Bynum, good point, bro. We might be a less talented roster than we were the first time we played, but I do think that there is something to the aspect of these guys really playing for one another right now. It does feel like there's a new birth in that locker room, to be honest. I don't know why it is. I don't want to point fingers at who's causing this stuff, but these young guys who are trying to play for an NFL roster spot past for the foreseeable future, they're putting it all on the line for Carson, man. And I think the locker room's in a much better place right now.
Well, Gate City Sports, did you hear the words that Brandon Brooks said this week so far?
I don't recall exactly what it was, but wasn't it something along the lines of like those MFers sitting up in here? Was it something like that?
That is 100%. He said the same people that were criticizing Carson for all that stuff, he's now proving it, and you got to go celebrate in the locker room with the same mother effers that were doing it, that were talking that. So he let it know that it was true. There is people out there who just don't like Carson for whatever reason. And if that's the case, we got to do the Seahawks game plan. The Legion of Boom was great, but they said if you're not going to get behind Russell Wilson, then you got to go. Simple and plain.
Sexy Vegan, I see your comment, bro. Jason Peters is the king of killing template drives. Hey, man, death, taxes, and, Jason Peters all star, bro. I mean, these are the things we can't avoid in life, bro. Let me go up, man. It scrolled up past y'all. Hang on. Brian, I've been waiting since they beat us this year. Yeah, man. Yo, that was the most disappointing crap I ever watched in my life, man. I don't mind losing football games, but like when you come out and there's no heart in a game, like, yo, I couldn't be present because I'd lose my damn mind if I was in person with them. Because like you represent the city, like you represent the fan base. Like, yo, if you lose a game, you fought. You lose a game, you fought. Like that's what happened last year in the playoffs with New Orleans. We fought, just lost the game. That shit that happened in Dallas earlier this year better not happen today. Maniac Matt, I don't want to see single high safety all damn game. We will get killed if we do. Sorry for the typos in that last message. It's all good.
A loss is a loss, but when you come out there flat and just don't get it, it's a big difference.
Jack Matter. That's funny, bro. Ryan, Greg Ward is a little engine that could.
Hey, Maniac Mac, what's going on? What's up to you too? And like I said, so
All right. Donald Bynum. Yup. Jeffrey and Nelson did play hard for Wentz. And I think we might have lost Philly Mike's mic for a second. We'll give him a couple seconds to try to get back in, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right, we good.
All right. Maniac Matt. Have to use a heavy screen game today. I agree with that point there, Maniac Matt. Absolutely. Also, let's take some shots downfield, and I'm talking 40 to 50-yard bombs. Yeah, bro. That's I think that's where we got to use people like Rob Davis, man. He did a good job of coverage off last week, but you got to take a shot to him. What were you saying, Philly Mike?
No, I was just piggybacking saying correct. You need to throw one down to Robert Davis. As soon as he gets single man coverage, you have to just throw it out there, let it up, and trust the guy. At the end of the day, a 50-yard bomb, if they do get it, at the end of the day, the worst case scenario, it's a punt. But nobody, and especially Dallas, who's seen us last time, nobody respects our passing game past 15 yards. They're going to key in on Zach Ertz way more than any other team did all year. I'm telling you, you might see 3 guys go his way at times. That's how much they're going to pay attention to Zach Ertz.
Man, if they, honestly, if they start doing that kind of stuff with Zach Ertz, man, we gotta kill him with those one-on-one matchups. If they start running two or three defenders on Ertz, bro, somebody is open or is on one-on-one, and they got to make a play, man. Greg Ward, that's the guy I'm looking for, bro. Hey, I ain't lying to y'all. I went out and picked him up on my fantasy team in the playoffs. I'm waiting, bro. I think this is the game. I think Greg Ward's going to eat this game.
Hey, I went out and I actually purchased a Greg Ward Jr. jersey, number 84. Bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you definitely got hope. You definitely got faith in it, huh?
Well, I mean, first of all, I love his story, and I love the fact that I'm going to show that love to people like that. And at the end of the day, last week he was the only receiver that caught a ball, the only receiver.
Exactly, Cody Kleinfelter. Yeah, man, I agree with you. Today's got to be the day that the offense and the defense puts it together. We can't have one of them doing good and the other one not. Not today. Not today. This team's too good for that. Donald Bynum. Now you're seeing people who want it like Carson. Exactly, bro. We're seeing people who want to win as bad as Carson wants to win. Maniac Matt said, "What's up?" Donald Bynum, I love your content. Keep it up. Thanks, bro. Hey guys, I don't normally tell people to do this, but I think Philly, Mike, and I think most of our audience, you guys kind of know who we are because like most of you kind of have the same audience pretty much. However, this is what I will say. There's only a couple of YouTubers out here that I watch when that notification pops up on my feed. I see they put a video out. It's Philly Mike. That's who I go watch. I go watch his content. So this is what I'll say, guys. If you're not familiar with Philly Mike and you haven't watched his content yet, check him out. Give him a view, guys. Check him out. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe. Like, it's your business, but go check him out, man, because I got a feeling you're going to like content.
Hey, I just want to say to Brian, you got to get that 84 jersey. At the end of the day, when I look at 84, I still think of, Freddie Mitchell strapping the belt on back in the day. But Greg Ward Jr. deserves all the props he get to be a practice squad player and have that big of a drive. 3 back-to-back passes to him when the game was on the line. You trusted a guy who was an ex-quarterback, a person in this league who got dismissed by the Philadelphia Eagles alone 2 or 3 times, and he still stayed in and fought.
Yep. Bro, you brought up a big name, Freddie Mitchell, the original Nelson Aguilar.
4th and 26.
Yeah, he did. Hey, he had one big play. I mean, we got to give him that. That's true. He also he balled out that one game too. Who the hell was it? Minnesota. He balled out one game where I think it was the NFC title game. He balled out one year when I think it was the year that T.O. got hurt. And remember, he didn't come back till the Super Bowl. I think he balled out that year in that championship game. But yeah, he definitely was he wasn't what we thought he was going to be. All right, Jack. Wish it was 1 p.m. instead of 4. Shaking my head. I hate waiting. Yeah, that's why we decided to just come on and do a live stream, man. Maniac Matt, big fan of both of you guys. Thanks, man. We appreciate it, bro. All right.
Much appreciation.
I want to see some 2-back sets with Sanders and Scott together. Jack, can they please listen to you? They ain't listening to me because I've been telling them since like week 2 or 3. Maybe they'll listen to you, man. I mean, they did it. Don't get me wrong. They did do it last week. But look, man, Dallas ain't going to hesitate. Dallas runs a lot of 2-back sets.
Yeah, they do.
We need to do the same thing, man. We got guys that are, honestly, they're really shifty. They're quick. They're fast guys. Like, if you want to create mismatches, you got to look at the personnel you're throwing out there and create it with those people. 2-back set, I think, is a big one. Donald Bynum, Jeffrey and Nelson didn't play hard for Wentz. I don't know what happened with Nelson, man. Everything I heard about Nelson, Aguilar says that dude is he's a monster when it comes to working out and getting prepared for games and things like that. But I don't know if the dude needs a Xanax or it's like anxiety takes over his hands. I don't know, Donald. I don't know, bro. What you think on that one, Philly Mike?
Say that again.
What you think about the issue with Nelson, man? You think it's a mental thing with him, or do you think it's just skill set?
Yeah, his knee is good. His knee is good, but his mind is not. It's as simple as that. He's gonna shut it down at the end of the year. He knows with the money that he's not gonna be a Philadelphia Eagle. He's just got to start fresh somewhere else. But somebody else who gets him, if you got a good OC, if someone like the Patriots get him, they're gonna use him the right way. He will never catch a ball past 35 yards. He can't track a ball, we know this. But the kid has a skill set, which when the ball is in his hand, he can get yak. He does get yak. You have to use him like that. You can't put him in bad situations. But
he can never be your number one.
Yeah, no.
He can't take the pressure.
No, first of all, again, his mindset is in a really bad place. Maybe it's Philadelphia Eagle fans who did it to him, but hey, he deserved it for the many drops he had in crucial situations. But at the end of the day, if you utilize him in the short passing game in the slot, giving him plays that he's going to catch the ball with room to run, he's a good player for that purpose.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's back next year, though, man. I'm going to be honest.
Wait, if I can just say this, Maniac Mac, he said, I don't think Nelson is mentally tough. If he drops one ball, he's done. Agreed. If Nelson gets the games at Nelson, there's not many of them, but when he does have a good game, he has to get going early. The first drop he has, it plays big in the rest of the game. He just can't do it.
Let's see what we got here, guys. Sorry, man. It's scrolling down on me. Philly, let's go, D. Hey, happy holidays to all. Go Birds. Philly, let's go, D, man. Happy holidays to you, brother. And yeah, let's go Birds, bro. Fly Eagles fly today. Brian, that's dope. Brian, I'm buying what Greg Ward is selling. Philly Mike's literally buying what he's selling. He bought the jersey, bro.
Got to.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to go get it too. Lone Revolver. I'm just fucking with you because I'm probably going to go do it too. I'm not going to lie to you. I agree. Greg Ward should have a big game. That's what I'm hoping, Lone Revolver. But my sleeper might be Rob Davis. Lone Revolver, I'm hoping that your prediction comes into fruition because that's a dude I think that can completely shock everybody. He can change the entire course of the game. Ryan, congrats on the number 84 jersey. Cody, I'm subscribed to both. Yeah, I see you sometimes commenting on Philly Mike stuff too. Ryan, yeah, he is for real. Every dog has its day. It's true. And he gets separation from Lone Revolver. I agree, bro. Maniac Matt, Gate City, Philly Mike, Brunson, Philly 500, E-Rock, Bitterbirds, Life Aloud, people I actually listen to. Hey, that's pretty high praise, man. I appreciate that, bro. That's big time praise, man.
Same here.
All right, guys, I'm trying to get to your stuff, man. Like, we were talking and I let the comments slip, bro. Now I'm trying to catch up. All right, Jack, they need to do it more. Send Sanders one way, Scott another way, and Davis on a go route and have Ward run across. Yeah, man. Basically, what you're talking about is running coverage out. Exactly. Lone Revolver's in on a 2. He agrees. Maniac Matt, I don't think Nelson is mentally tough. Yeah, you covered that one. Yeah, exactly. He's not mentally tough. He's not. Eagles for life.
Dude deleted his Instagram.
Yeah. What's up, Eagles for life, man? Sexy Vegan. Bro, you got one of the best handles on here, bro. That's crazy, man. I don't even know how you came up with that, man. And you got it. That's the crazy thing, bro, because everything on YouTube seems like it's taken. I was gone for a little while. What are you guys talking about? I don't know, man. You got to catch us up what part you came back on. We're all over the place, man. We're not following any kind of script. I promise you, I do not have like a teleprompter. That's not my style, man. Jack Nelson is good. Slot receiver when used correctly, exactly 100% there, bro. Donald, if it wasn't for all the drops, touchdowns, there wouldn't be any negative talk about Wentz. 100% there, man.
I agree exactly with that take.
Eagles for life. You think them DB's going to come to tackle today? I sure as hell hope so, man. Because if they don't, it's going to get ugly because there's nowhere to hide, man. That crowd's going to be all over you. Ooh.
Correct. And to piggyback on that real quick, the last 2-3 games, when you say our secondary is getting beat, we're actually not getting beat by the receivers route running. We're getting beat because we can't tackle.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, man. Look at the one play where the 1 week Darby he went right to the inside hip instead of going on the outside and going through the receiver and making him like he's supposed to. And then we followed up with Avonte Maddox, the situation last week. That was a little hard because I thought Schwartz got off a little easy on that play because that was a really late adjustment to make.
He put him in a bad situation.
Yeah, they put him in a really bad situation to cover, and then he got burnt because he couldn't make the play.
But he did tackle Jalen Mills.
Yeah, he took Jalen Mills straight up out the play, bro. Jalen Mills ain't never been hit that hard. The crazy thing is, man, is like I kind of agree with Bill Parcells. It doesn't matter your speed. It doesn't matter your athletic abilities, those gifts you have, the physical gifts you have. You can't tackle. It's all for nothing, man. It's all for nothing if you can't tackle. Jack, he says that Nelson's knee reportedly looks bad. I don't know, man. I haven't really seen too much, about it. Just they keep saying he's day to day. So who knows?
Hey, Gate City.
Yeah.
Your boy Sexy Vegan said he got the name from Dr. Phil.
Oh, really? That's funny, bro. Eagles for life. Love your content on this channel. Appreciate that, man. Jack, spread the field. Exactly, bro. Maniac Matt, I'm interested to hear what you believe we need to do on defense to win this game, bro. Oof. Defensively. Man, I'll be honest with you. We got to do better against the run, man. We got to do a lot better against the run. Let me see if I can't pull some stuff up for you.
Yeah. Hey,
we got gashed, man. We got really, really gashed in the first game. What were you saying, Philly Mike?
Well, we all know that. Listen, when it comes to 31 NFL teams, the Philadelphia Eagles know how to stop the run. But when it comes to that boy, Ezekiel Elliott, for some strange reason, he has our number. We have to put 8 in the box all day. And if I'm Jim Schwartz, I'm testing Dak Prescott's shoulder out early. I'm going to come with some zero blitzes early because guess what? At the end of the day, if something bad happens, we have time to correct that early in the game. But if you come with the zero blitz and you really see that Dak Prescott is struggling to get the ball out past 15, 20 yards, then you just keep eating. You just keep eating. Yep.
So I'll give you guys a view of what I'm looking at here real quick, guys. Like, it's crazy what goes on, bro. Like, it's crazy, like how much we let them get away with the last time. So I'm gonna share the screen. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go to my tabs here and pull it up. All right. So once again, let me man, this thing is playing with me, guys. All right, I should have expanded it before I did this. All right. You can see they're in an I form, guys. They run across motion to check the defense, guys. We are in an even front. All right. It looks like we're moving Fletch a little bit inside, so it looks like maybe we're trying to get to a 1-3-5 there, but we were in an even front before that. Bro, missed tackles, gaps being open. That's the stuff, guys, that can't happen, man. Cannot have that crap keep happening, man. It's going to kill us if we keep doing that. You can't do that. Like, that's the kind of thing that'll ruin us, guys. Defensively, you got to stop Zeke, man. You got to stop Zeke at all costs. I mean, if we start getting beat by receivers, you're like, there are things we can do. We can play with our coverage a little bit. You start losing because you can't get penetration on the offensive line, as a defensive line, and like you're just getting beat at the line of scrimmage, it's all over. It's going to be a very disheartening day if that happens. My opinion, stop Zeke. What you think, Philly Mike? Hey, can you hear me, man? All right, I'm gonna keep reading comments until we figure out what's going on there, guys. All right, let's see, guys. All right, Sexy Vegan got the name from Dr. Phil. That's funny, bro. Jack, let's see. If not for the drops, we would have clinched the division already. We should. And for at least, yeah, man, the early play of this football team absolutely destroyed us, guys. Like, we had stuff going for us. And then we let it just, go all away, guys. All right, Jack, poor tackling. Bro, it was horrible tackling. It was straight crap. Lone Revolver, what play should the Eagles run primarily for this game? 2 running back sets, 11-man. I think you got to do a mix, guys. I would do a mix between 11-man, 12-man, and 21 and 22-man personnel sets. Me personally. I would do the best I can to try to create as much confusion and add as much speed to the field as possible, especially since Van Der Esch isn't there. With Van Der Esch out, their defense speed goes down a little bit. So I would attack them like that. Lone Revolver, defense is going to be a huge one, guys. What play should the defense do? Lone Revolver, I would say, me personally, man, this is what I think. I would come up and I would play press early. I would play press, and I would put at least 6 to 8 players in the box. And I'd probably go 8 in the box until they show that Dak can throw the ball deep. Once he beats you 3 or 4 times, sure, back off a little bit. Go back maybe more into like a zone or whatever you want to do there. I'm making Dak prove he can beat us. If I'm Jim Schwartz, Dak has to prove he can beat the Eagles with that arm. Now, can he beat us with his arm? Sure. If he's healthy, sure. But no way in hell I'm letting Zeke Elliott beat us. All right, Brian, I'm enjoying both your takes. Thanks for the great content. Got to go smash a workout before this game, but I'll be listening. Let's go Birds. All right, Brian, let's go Birds. Yeah, bro, that's important, man. Donald, I see you, Philly Mike. All right, let's see. Donald, Darby has no technique and can't tackle. At least Mills can tackle and is good in the red zone. Darby has no technique. Darby's technique is straight trash, man. You're right. It's garbage. He's got to improve that. Actually, at this point, I don't even think he's got to improve it thing. Like, I think we got to move on from Darby, to be honest. Jack, John McMullen said there's a grapefruit there in his knee. Wow, bro. That's like I said, I didn't know much about what's going on with him, Jack. Like, I'm not sure what happened to him. Hold up, guys. Let me add Philly Mike back. Hey, bro, you're back in, man.
Yeah, my bad. Hey,
Yeah,
4-year-old.
That's all good, man.
He right now.
All right, Jack. That's the only it would let me say it. Okay. Juan Cito Sport Television. I don't know where the hell I was going with that at first, guys. I'm sorry. Carson Wentz with his back against the wall. I think Carson can use his tight ends and running backs to score enough points. Can defense force a couple of turnovers, though? Yeah, bro. That's basically it, right? That Carson, we know. I think we have a certain expectation of how Carson will play. But what is the surrounding cast going to do, especially the defense? A lot of you guys have been saying it. Both sides of the football has got to put it together.
Hey,
while you were gone, Philly Mike, one thing I was talking about was what do you expect from the defense? Like, what do you expect in terms of like coverage schemes, stuff like that?
Well, like I said, in that couple games where we beat the Bills and the Bears, they're poor offenses. We know that. But what Jim Schwartz was doing, he was playing a lot more man. He played a lot more man. He played a lot press coverage. And you know why he did that? Because he did not trust Mitchell Trubisky. He did not trust Josh Allen to make the right pass, the right read, and have he couldn't do it. And so Dak Prescott is now in that category if his shoulder is bad. So you have to play the most aggressive press coverage that you've played all season. And if he beats you, Because guess what? The Philadelphia Eagles always defer. We always defer. So our defense is going to most likely be put out there to start the game. We need to start the game by showing him, let's see how that shoulder really feels.
Exactly. I'm coming for that. I'm coming for that shoulder if I'm Schwartz. You're going to have to show me that shoulder is 100% because I'm coming for it. I mean, like, bro, I'll pat you on the shoulder. Oh, yeah, good play, bro. Good play. I'm going to pop the hell out of that shoulder if I was Eagles.
Hey, but now
let's see. Carson Wentz will need to move around the pocket today too. Can Carson run for a few first downs? A couple pass options were great for Foles on our Super Bowl run. Juan Cito, I'm a little concerned of when we look at that situation, which you're referring to, sir, which is this a play design thing? So are the Eagles just not designing these things, or is Carson just like, I don't want to hear the criticism of me not finishing another season, and like, I don't know, where are you with that, Philly Mike, when it comes to like, do you think Carson is just like purposely kind of scaling back the running option plays, or because he's afraid of having that criticism again on him about he can't finish the season, or do you think it's more so design of the offense?
I think it's actually both. I feel like every practice, every time a coach can get in his ear, I believe the coach is telling him, yo, do not get injured, relax, do not try to do superhero things that you did in 2017. Yeah. But in the back of Carson Wentz's mind, I feel like he doesn't want to get hurt. Of course he doesn't want to get hurt. Yeah. He remembers that. But there's something, Carson Wentz is a winner. And no matter how much he says don't do it, when he's in that moment, he'll do it. He will do it.
Juancito, I think you're on to something, though. I think this is the game you got to lay it all on the line. You got to lay it all on the line.
Correct. Everybody. And that's when I was piggybacking on what one of your videos says. If you're a healthy Eagle, if you're a healthy player of the Philadelphia Eagles, you have to play. You have to just try. This is the last game of the season, essentially, if we lose. You have to try to play. See, people say, well, if we win, then we want Lane Johnson for the playoffs. That's the thing, though. We have to win. So at the end of the day, Lane Johnson with a high ankle sprain, which we know he's not playing. But if you had a chance to go, you just got to go.
Exactly. And I trust in Lane Johnson that if he could have played this game,
he would have.
Bro, I guarantee you that was an awkward conversation to have with Lane when they were like, look, man, we're sitting you this week.
He was pissed, probably.
Yeah. You know how he is, bro. He thought, man, listen, just give me a leg cast. You know how he is, bro. I don't need the wheelchair. Just give me a leg cast. Give me some crutches. I'll be all right. I can block. I know how he is, man. Like that dude does not want to come on a football game for crap.
Gate City.
Like I was saying, man, in my videos, bro, sometimes as the coach, you gotta be the rational decision maker there.
Hey,
with a guy like Lane. Yeah.
I want to talk about Goat Stature's comment. He said true, but those 3 games where the defense looked good, their bad plays was disguised by horrible weather. And honestly, yes, because even though we looked good in them games, there was plays that definitely helped us out by the weather being bad and the fact that, again, but also the defense said that Mitchell Trubisky and Josh Allen, they're not quarterbacks that can beat a defense. So, but he came at him. So what I was trying to say is not the fact that our defense is good when we do this kind of – our defense is overall just has a lot of holes. It just has a lot of holes. But if his shoulder is bad, press coverage is the best way to get him.
Yeah, I agree, man. I missed a couple of comments, guys. Hang on. Maniac Matt, I'm sorry, man. Also, I feel like we get abused by any decent running back when we're in that wide 9 shit. I just feel if we play a base nickel defense, we would have much greater results, but that's just my opinion. I think you're going to see some base nickel guys, and you're probably going to see a lot more Crevion LeBlanc today than you probably see Avonte Maddox. I didn't even check the injury report. Avonte Maddox, did he get the clearance to play today? Do you know if
he's going to play? He's going to play.
But Crevion LeBlanc is certainly the better run-stopping corner. So I would expect to see a lot of Crevion LeBlanc today. Donald Bynum, can't wait to see Edwards at middle linebacker. Yeah, bro. Absolutely. I agree, man. I think he's definitely going to provide a little energy and a little bit of a jolt when it comes to being able to shut down the run, being able to fill in those gap assignments. Going back to Maniac Matt's comment, the reason the wide 9 doesn't seem to work sometimes for the Eagles on running plays is because people over pursue because we're so committed to getting to the quarterback that we get out of our gap positionings. And then our linebackers, look, I got to give our Flajoel, I guess his name, our linebacker coach credit because that dude has done a lot with very little. But if there's a weakness that I could see on this team that hasn't really been called out yet, those linebackers do not float to the holes very well and get in there and shut down the run at times. Sometimes they kind of get picked up and moved out of the way pretty easily. That's a big problem to have against a player like Zeke. To be honest, just being honest, guys.
Hey, I want to just say this new comment by Juan Sports Television. He said, "I have a feeling this game will be like the Vikings NFC Championship game at home. At home, team wasn't healthy, and the Eagles came out of the tunnel huge. This will be, listen, the way the Dallas Cowboys season has been, a very talented roster. They were talked about, like us, to be kind of Super Bowl contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our Super Bowl contender went out the window when 20 of the 53-man roster went to IR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Cowboys are still talented. But what they do is something that Stephen A says, and I love Stephen A for this reason only. What can go wrong will go wrong. So don't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys don't come out and lay a huge egg, and the Eagles just look like Super Bowl champs in this game. And this game can go so many ways because of the way we play Dallas and the way Dallas plays us. This is going to be a wild game.
I think there's two things at play there, Philly Mike. Number one, I think this locker room is pissed about the way that game went the first time around.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to be really ready to play this football game. The second thing I'll say, man, I'll kick it back to you is I think that the pressure's on Dallas. I think the weight of the world right now is stacked on Dallas because if you lose this game to Philly, boy, oh boy, that organization, I believe, is getting torn down.
Yes.
What do you think?
My last video, the last video I did a couple days ago, if y'all want to check it out, go ahead, check it out. But my whole thing was when people were saying, there was still some people on live television saying that Carson Wentz has more pressure. If you want to talk about that, this is his first playoff game. He hasn't been around because of injury for that reason. Okay, that is pressure on him. But Dak Prescott is still going for contract negotiations. And the dude in a contract year is 7-7 with a team that if you put Carson Wentz on that team, my God.
Yep.
With that being said, he's going to a game that Vegas has him favored on the road. Every network says the Cowboys should win. If Jason Garrett and Dak Prescott don't win this game, he lost money and he lost his job.
Yeah.
And with that being said, as an Eagle fan, we still got a shot. We got a shot.
It's crazy, man. As bad as this season's been, that we're still in it. Crazy.
Yeah.
Juancito, Carson Wentz will need to move around the pocket today, too. Can Carson run for a few first downs? A couple of pass options work great for Foles on our Super Bowl run. I don't know if I read that one. I think I did, but I think we kind of agree with what you're saying, man, which is that got to be creative this game, bro. Things that we haven't really shown this season, now's the time to let them out. Now's the time to play and to do those things. The Last Dragon, I think 23 set would be perfect as far as mismatches goes and could see Perkins getting a score. Dallas thinks when it comes to covering tight ends, The Last Dragon, you're absolutely right there. Dallas is very bad against tight ends. I will say this. Perkins does give you this weird versatility to where he's kind of a tight end. He's kind of a receiver. A 23 with him could really be a 21. It could, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on the way that you really look at it. 22. We had those weird in-between type players. Tracy Williams, do you think we will be leaving a lot of people behind from this year going into next year? Probably depends on how we end the season.
Agreed. That's going to be a lot of the fact that these players and positional coaches are really going for the job. If we win out, there could be some people are going to stay. But if we lose out, there's going to be a lot of turnover. Got to be.
Exactly. I mean, this could really be called the House Clearing Bowl because whoever loses this game, guys, massive changes are coming the following season. Probably to the coaching staff and probably to the roster overall. Billy Fresh. Okay, I see y'all. Big ups. Billy Fresh, man, if you're still here, bro, we were trying to get – man, we got to get up with you, man, because what we were talking about is we would like to turn this maybe into having, featured guests with us and stuff like that, bro. We'd definitely like to have you on. By the way, guys, if y'all not familiar with Philly Fresh, man, when I told y'all about there's only a handful of people like I follow, guys, go check him. Go watch a couple of his videos, man. I promise you. You're going to like his content, man. His content's good. Like a lot of us tell you that we try to keep our eyes and ears to the street to see what's coming up. And that's how a lot of y'all discovered me, right? Keeping your eyes and ears to the street to see who was coming up. I'm fresh going to blow up, guys. It's only a matter of time.
Hey, Gate City.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on that. Philly Fresh just did another comment. He said Greg Ward, 1 reception touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. And I do agree. Listen, Doug Peterson did the Philly. I mean, the Philly special. The dude has a creative mind when called upon. Greg Ward was a quarterback in college. Why not put one of these in our repertoire? Put that in the arsenal. I mean, do some play where we do a reverse to him. The dude is fast. He's electric. He moves in inside the pocket. So when you reverse to him, the defense is going to collapse down and say, we have to get Greg Ward. And when he pulls that Julian Edelman, that Mohamed Sanu, that whoop, and he throws a ball, that could be our big chunk play that we're waiting to have happen because we don't get them.
Exactly. On the topic of Greg Ward, by the way, I love the comparison that people like to make to a guy I'm very familiar with. Okay. They love to make that comparison going to New England and say, like, oh, well, Greg Ward Jr., the reason he's running these routes, whatever, is because like he used to be a quarterback and and they compare him to Jacoby Myers. Guys, Jacoby Myers was not on the same level as a quarterback as Greg Ward Jr. was.
Exactly.
It's not even close, bro. Like he was like 18th string at NC State, guys. Like I went to NC State. Like I'm telling you, I watched their games. Like Jacoby Myers is a hell of a slot receiver. He was a very good slot receiver last year in the college game. He was nowhere near as productive as a quarterback, guys. Like he was really buried on the depth chart. So I mean, I don't particularly like that comparison because I think Greg Ward Jr. is probably a little more diverse in terms of that. To be real.
But do you agree though? Why would you not, as a creative play caller and an aggressive play caller, with going with it on 4th down, doing stuff that other coaches won't do? Greg Ward has been called up now for a couple weeks. Doug got to get one of them in there. The dude still, once a quarterback, always a quarterback. He can throw the ball. And the fact is, if you run one of them plays, a wide receiver reverse, they're going to think he's going to run, especially after the screen pass he called for like a nice 12-yard mark. He is electric with the ball in his hand, and he runs that reverse. Everybody's coming down. Yep. Safeties, linebackers, they're all coming for him. Exactly. He's not even going to have to make a touch throw. It's going to be wide open. I mean, Trey Burton threw a touchdown to Nick Foles.
Exactly. Hey, man, former basketball players out there, bro. Juancito. Juancito, are you referring to like RPO plays? Is that what you mean by that, man? So if you're talking about the RPO game, I think the issue with the RPO is because we lack certain talent, and it's getting a little, like I said, like we're not, we have a lot of guys that people don't recognize, but I do think the overall athleticism of the team is increasing. A guy like Rob Davis he's an athletic freak. So I think prior to that, the hard thing about doing RPOs is if you're a slower offense, because it might take an RPO play to develop longer if you pull it out for a pass. I think the issue with something like that, man, is that now you get offensive linemen that are downfield blocking and you get a penalty. I think that's why we were struggling with RPOs early in the year. Now, if you just mean like pure option plays, I don't know, man. I mean, that would be interesting to see. I don't know how good Wentz would be at running an option, but what do you got to lose, bro? Put it on the line today. Hey, if you got any tricks up those sleeves, then now would be a good time to do it, Doug Peterson.
Via Greg Ward throwing the touchdown pass.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
hey, Gate City, I want to ask you just one question real quick. So, you know how every team comes out with their 15 scripted plays. What is your preference what are your 15 scripted plays? Not exactly the plays, but the style of football you want to presume in them 15 plays.
If Dallas comes out in a single coverage, single high safety, cover 1 or cover 3, I'm going at that safety. Going at that safety hard. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a guy like Rob Davis, and I'm going to try to get him on a seam route. I'm going to try on a fade route, a post, and then I'm going to bring another player. So if I'm using Davis on the post, clearly he's the guy that's running in front of the face of the safety. But if I'm using him on a seam or a fade route where he's just going vertical, then I'm going to bring Ertz or Goddard or another player, and I'm going to run them right in front of the face of that safety. And I'm going to see if that safety bites. And I'm going to try to take the top off the defense.
Breaking news. They just put the inactives and actives. Derek Barnett and Avonte Maddox will be suiting up today.
That's good. Eric Barnett's huge news.
Correct. Yo, in my last video, I said, listen, right before he got hurt, he was showing flashes of a first-round talent. He was almost unblockable. At the last 2 games he played before injury, he was probably one of our best pass rushers. Mm-hmm. That is going to help a guy like Brandon Graham. It's going to help a guy like Fletcher Cox, who has been great in the run support, but has been lacking that burst to get upfield. When you collapse the pocket, it really hurts quarterbacks. Is they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Keeping to what you were asking me now, if they come out in that first 15 plays, if they come out and they're in a 2 safety look, so if they're in cover 2, whether that's Tampa or just cover 2, if I see 2 safeties backed off the line of scrimmage like that, it's Miles Sanders time.
Yes.
If you're going to play your safeties 100 freaking yards basically off the damn line of scrimmage, I'm coming for you. Like, hey, Jason Peters, you're 100 years old, but you still got some muscle to you, bro. Get behind and start pushing this defensive line down the field. I'm going right at Robert Quinn if they do that, because Robert Quinn is a speed guy. He is not a very good inside pass rush, get inside, defend the run. That's not his strength. I'm going right for him if I see that. If I'm the Eagles, that's what I would do. I'd probably put myself 25, 30 plays ready to go, and then depending on what the defense gives you, that's where you go with it. That's what I would do.
To piggyback on that, if you had to say, from a run aspect, if you can just pinpoint a number of total rushes, where would you like the Eagles offense to be around? What number wise?
Sorry, say that again.
If you can say a number that you want the Eagles rushes to, you want the Eagles to run the ball, what would you pinpoint the area around? How many rushes around against this defense?
Against this defense, because we need to control the line of scrimmage, I would say at minimum 35% of all of our offensive touches need to come from the running game. On the high end, look, I mean, if they can't stop us, 50-50. If they can't stop the run, keep feeding it. Keep feeding it. Miles Sanders in space, bro, that's a disaster for a lot of people. He's our best player. I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe I wouldn't say it outside of Carson Wentz. He's our best skill set player right now.
He is the best weapon for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is 100%. Because Zach Ertz, great player, but he's going to get you down 10, 15 yards. That's it. Miles Sanders at any second can really take one to the house.
He can break it. I think Ertz is the most consistent guy. He's the guy you look for on third down. I will say this. I think Goddard, he's the bigger play guy out of the tight end. But he's susceptible to putting the ball on the ground and making mistakes. That's the thing that scares me with him too. But I'm telling you, Boston Scott, right now, the 3 guys that we got that can absolutely hurt a defense are Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, and Rob Davis. Those are your 3 guys that can beat another player based upon their athleticism.
Hey, to piggyback off that, when I was saying about early in this live that Zach Ertz, I can see him getting 2 to 3 guys every play looking at him. Yep. That means Dallas Goedert is really going to be on one-on-one because we stay in that 12 personnel. We love to keep both Dallas and Zach Ertz on the field. So Dallas got to beat Dallas. At the end of the day, Dallas got to beat Dallas.
Yeah. Hey, Donald, you know how it was when Miles in his first 6 games, he looked horrible. Now he's coming on. I feel the same thing is going to be for Whiteside. He's going to need some time before he gets his feet under him. Donald, that was J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is the biggest travesty of the season, in my opinion. Number one, he wasn't quite as NFL ready as he was advertised to us to have been. Number two, he hasn't been given a fair shot because Carson Welch, I'm sorry. I know that man has family. I don't want to disrespect him live on air. And I don't know, but I'm just saying, me and Philly Mike, we're talking. I'm not so confident that I would say that I could step into an organization and coach wide receivers right now. No, bro, I should not be an NFL coach. Like, I'm not that good at coaching. I'm good. I'm not that good. I can do better than Carson Welch. 100%. 100%, I'm better than Carson Welch at this job. I'm just going to say that. And that's not good when someone from your fan base whose major experience is coaching 13, 14, and 15-year-old kids can step in and do a better job. It's not good, man. That's not good. Like, I don't know how that man got his job, but I heard he followed. You guys aren't gonna like this, but I heard he followed Mike Rowe.
You just throw it more.
I did. I threw some shade on Mike Rowe. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I heard.
No, but listen.
He followed Mike Rowe.
But as you said in some of your videos, and I touch in my videos, Mike Rowe, to right now, he's not the desired OC. We know there's something missing. But like you said, he was a really good wide receiver coach. But because we gave him the promotion, because the Philadelphia Eagles promoted him up to OC, there's no way putting him back at the wide receiver coach. So nowadays, if Press Taylor, Carson Welch, Mike Rowe,
they got to go.
I mean,
I would get rid of all three of them. I'm going to be real.
But let me ask you this, Gay City. Just say the Eagles win this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Giants. For some reason, Deshaun Jackson, everybody's been checking out that workout video. I don't know about you, but he'd be looking all right. Say Deshaun Jackson comes back. The Eagles got that chip on their shoulder again. The underdog masks are back out. Greg Ward Jr. is really repping that 84 number. And the Eagles win the first game in the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
And maybe first game, we lose to
the divisional round and we got D-Jax back.
Correct. And just say we go 1 or 2 playoff wins. Does that change the organization's mindset on how bad this coaching staff has been for 14 of the 16 weeks?
Knowing the Eagles like I know the Eagles, yes, it does.
Exactly.
No. Should it? Absolutely not.
Correct.
Mike Rowe's job. I think Carson Welch is done. I think Press Taylor might be done. That might save Mike Rowe's job. To be honest, guys, it's not that I want him back. I'm just saying, I know this organization. Y'all know this organization. You know how they are. That probably would change their minds.
Yeah, you're talking about a realization of the fact that not what you would do, but again, it wasn't a winning recipe because if you get into the playoffs at 9-7, you really shouldn't be there. But hey, because it's not going to be every year that this division is that bad. You know, Dallas. Well, I hope it continue to be this bad.
All right, one seat. I'm gonna put your comment up, buddy. It keeps the Cowboys on their heels, and the Eagles haven't used the option plays at all this season. I think the option plays would exploit a Dallas defense that is not expecting it. Fair point, sir. Fair point.
Yeah, I like that. I like that comment.
Fair point. That's why I threw it on the screen, man. I thought that one was worth showing everybody. Billy Fresh, Nelson quit on us. I'm done with him. Howard. He quit on us, bro. He definitely did.
Gate City.
Yeah.
I want to read one of these comments, and I want to know what your take on this comment because I'm curious. Des22 said they probably lose Deuce in the offseason. What do you think about that?
Ooh, damn, bro, you're just trying to start a shit fire up in here, man.
Hey,
Des22. You're probably right. I think it's 50-50. I mean,
it's rough. If
we salvage this season, people are looking at the job he did with Miles Sanders. They're not stupid. They see, like my man said earlier in the comments, like if you look at the first 6 games, nothing told you that Miles Sanders was going to be this good this late in the season.
And we were all calling for Jordan Howard to get the big reps.
I was.
I was too. I was too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, other people see that. I mean, there's probably going to be an opportunity for him to coach. And I'm not talking about, I don't think he's going to make a lateral change to go from being, running back coach to a running back coach somewhere else. I doubt that. But there's a chance someone might offer him an OC job. I'm not going to lie. You know where I think he would fit? And he already has, I hate to say this, guys, he would fit there. And he has familiarity with the organization. You guys know where I'm alluding to?
Andy Reid.
And there's one more. Pittsburgh.
Oh, yes.
I hate to say it. Hey. I hope we don't lose him, but Reid could lose his coordinator just because, like, people are going to pluck coordinator. They're going to pluck position coaches from teams that, what I'm saying? Like, the only thing I will say is that, I don't know. I have to look and see their OC, but he might be getting credit for some of the things that are being put out there that's largely due to Patrick Mahomes' talent and Andy Reid's scheme. But, that could be a destination. And then Pittsburgh, like, They might want to go in a different way. They might want to have a guy who can specialize and use these running backs because they got Connor, right? They got another NC State guy there. Who did they sign? They signed a dude we signed from. He was up in like Asheville, North Carolina, like up in the mountains. Jalen Samuels. They got a really unique offense there. Like I think they want a guy who can design an offense that's similar to like what's going on with Frank Reich in Indianapolis, Philadelphia. Like I think they want that style of offense. So that's a place I could see. I don't know.
And to piggyback off what you were saying, yes, in the National Football League, if you are a winning team, if you have a winning season, most of your staff normally leave because they showed some type of talent. It could be the wide receiver coach, the quarterback coach, the D coordinator, all see. And they see something in these guys, and it's a promoting league, and they're trying to find. That's why I respect coaches like Andy Reid, who continues his success no matter what he loses. Mike Tomlin, Pete Carroll. You lose coordinators, you lose positional coaches, but you don't lose the winning formula that you have for your football team. And we lost the winning formula. We lost our staff.
Yeah. So Philly Fresh. He's with it, Philly Mike. Philly Fresh.
Oh, yeah,
he needs to know what to do for guests. Man, all you really need to do, man, is either send me an email address, send me your Facebook stuff, or you can just come look me up on Facebook. Steve Heitter, spelled with a V, Heitter, and I can send you the link through Messenger. All I got to do is just send you a link, man, and it pops you up in here.
Hey, I just want to touch on two comments that are kind of similar. You got Lone Revolver saying just keep it simple, and then 2020 Vision piggybacked on that and said exactly, keep it simple and play hard. Leave everything out there on the field. At the end of the day, I agree with both them. We all know, we don't want to admit it because we Eagle fans, we hate Dallas. But the Dallas Cowboys have the better roster. But I don't believe they're the better team. And you're like, what does that even mean? They have the better roster on a piece of paper. But a piece of paper does not play on the field. And right now, the way this team is rallying around Carson Wentz, you look at the skill plays and you're like, really? Really? But then you watch it and you see something different. You see something different.
Maniac Matt, bro, I'm gonna read yours, man. Hang on, I'll put it on the screen. It's funny. Mark Holmes, look, I'm not making fun of you, Mark, but I'm sorry, man. The comment's funny, bro. If you see it, the comment's funny, bro. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or does Mark Holmes talk like O.J. Simpson? Dude is creepy as shit. I can't do that voice, bro. We'll have to get Philly 500 to do that voice. But yeah, he's got a weird, like.
Thank you guys for subscribing.
Really soft-spoken. Yeah, there you go. Philly Mike did it pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to, but no. Hey, and the funny thing is, I try to stay off the whole beef with the Cowboys content creators.
Me too.
But Philly 500's video of the Mark Holmes keep calling him was hilarious. And so because of that, I clicked on Mark Holmes videos, and he just got that look. You know what I mean?
Apparently they're pretty tight though. They're pretty good friends.
Apparently. Oh yeah, and that's the greatest thing. At the end of the day, I love the sports talk when it comes to talking crap. But nobody should be taking this stuff personal. Like, listen, you like the Cowboys, I like the Eagles. We have totally different perceptions in football. I don't know what happened in your childhood to like the Cowboys, but at the end of the day, I respect your football, whatever.
I hate to say it, man, but the best man at my wedding, he's one of these two-team, fans, but he's a Cowboy fan. He lives in Tennessee, so I kind of understand why he's a two-team fan because it makes sense. But he's a Cowboy fan, and then of course the Titans, moved. The Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Titans. So he's one of those two-team fans. But yeah, man, I mean, I got a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans, man. Like I'm surrounded by them here in the South, man. They're all over.
Yeah, it's a growing thing that needs to stop growing though.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, bro, that fan base is crazy to me because there's so many people who've never even lived anywhere near like Dallas. Texas. Or even Irving, where the field is. Like, doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, where is it? Is it Irving or Arlington, Texas, right?
Arlington,
I think.
Do you know
it used to be in Irving, I think.
You know whose fault that is? The NFL's for calling him America's team.
Yeah, true. Hey, I don't like, we're dealing with it now, man. We got that one. I ain't even mention this dude's name, but that douchebag, whatever the hell his name was, something Eagles Wolf 90, whatever the hell his name used to be, whatever it was, like.
Oh yeah, I saw the video.
Dude, man, like, come on, man. Like, this is the one problem we never had as Eagle fans. We were not a national brand. Like, you had some kind of connection back to Philadelphia normally if you were an Eagles fan. Like, it's really odd for you to just like turn the TV on and be like, oh, you know what? I kind of like that team. I think I want to become a fan of theirs. Like, that's very rare with this. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but rare.
Yeah. To piggyback off what Gay City Sports is saying is there's just a lot of Eagle content creators are coming out. This guy named Lone Wolf, whatever his name is, because he's now a Seattle Seahawks fan out of nowhere.
Crazy, bro.
And the one thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, that's why I love Zach Ertz. I love Carson Wentz. I love how they talk about the city of Philadelphia. They say this when they get asked in post conferences, how do you guys feel about the boos? They say they actually love it. They love it in the sense of
should have booed us. That's what
this team, when we're winning, will love you to death. And when you're losing, they will let you know it. Exactly. And so as professional athletes, they could say, yeah, that's kind of disappointing. And no, they say, we got to stop giving them reason to boo. And I love that about the city of Philadelphia.
Yep, absolutely, man. It surprised me, man, because look, guys, I grew up in Newcastle, Delaware, which is like 20, 25 miles away from Philly. It's about 5-10 miles outside of Wilmington, Delaware, guys. It's right off of 95. If you've ever gone across the Del Memorial Bridge from Delaware into Jersey, you went through where I'm from. That's Newcastle. But when I moved down here to North Carolina, like when I went to college and like, dude, there's communities here of Eagle fans. Like, yo, it was like, and this was before the Super Bowl, man. So like we really knew each other. Like we would see each other, you dab up in the library. Yo, what's up, man? What's going on, bro? You be talking about McNabb or Vic or, you know what I'm saying? Like we were a community, like never even, like you didn't even need to talk to the dude before. Never met this person a day in your life. The minute you see him with an Eagles ball cap on or a jacket on, you're like, oh, what's up, bro? You dabbing him up. Like it's crazy that might be disappearing because we won that Super Bowl, man. Bro, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's not the same, man.
I want to ask you this question in the comment section, and what do you think about it? Is Ewing 609 says, why does Schwartz call press coverage, but the DBs don't press?
Good point. Obviously, the fear is that they're not athletic enough to recover.
Correct.
Yeah. 2020 vision. Run the ball up the middle like the Bills in the Bears game. Yeah. Gut check time. What were you going to say, Philly Mike? I'm sorry, man.
No, that's good. And listen, I want to have this take. I want to know your opinion on this subject. Because a lot of people are saying if we lose this game, Jim Schwartz has to go as well. Now, go ahead. Talk about that. Do you believe if this game is off, if we lose this season going into next season, because we know Doug Peterson's job is safe, and not saying he don't deserve some type of criticism, but until he's proven to not be able to lead this team with different staff and mixing it up, you got to give him the benefit of doubt. He did something for this organization that has never, ever been done. So you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But Jim Schwartz, being a former head coach and fully controlling the defense.
That's a tough one, man. That's a really tough conversation for a lot of reasons. Number one, before I dive into it, Des22, you knew exactly where I was going with that comment about Deuce Staley. Yeah, that's exactly what I was alluding to was Pittsburgh. You were all over that, man. Now, to the comment you were asking me, Philly Mike, the question. Here's the thing. I never play GM. I don't want to play GM, guys. That's a hard job to do. Here's what I'll say. If we kick out Jim Schwartz as defensive coordinator here, number one, as Philly Mike alluded to, you're losing the only guy who had experience. Sorry, man. My daughter kicked the lamp off, man. Sorry, guys. You're losing a guy who had experience coaching, right, and was brought in here to be was brought in to be a mentor to Doug Peterson. And then on top of that, you're stripping away. Like you have to find a guy either that has a similar scheme concept to Jim Schwartz, or the players on the roster would fit a change in scheme. Because if you go to a guy like, Rex Ryan, who I think is a very good defensive coordinator, you're tearing it down. That's a complete teardown. And Carson Wentz is what, 27 now?
26.
26, so he'll be 27. Like, I think you get into dangerous territory doing that.
Correct.
I'm not saying Schwartz doesn't deserve it, because some of his performances this year have been really bad, but it's a bigger conversation than what people want to make it out to be.
And I'm going to touch on this, like it or not. At the end of the day, I think Schwartz goes into a game with a great game plan. Sometimes the game plans don't work. His problem is saying, you know what? It's not working. Let me change it up. He knows how to do that. He just sometimes refuses to adjust. But again, if we, like you said, getting any new defensive coordinator in here is going to now, it's a whole new learning experience, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you can be a good coordinator, but if you don't have the talent on the field, it can't produce. It cannot produce. So, like, let's just talk about the Miami Dolphins game. I think that game, Jim Schwartz had these players in the right situation. Just Darby was getting beat by 50-50 balls. Jalen Mills was not realizing the end zone and using that to his advantage, just let the guys run by him. There was so many. Take that touchdown by the Giants. When Slayton, there was like 35 seconds or something, a minute left of the half. And whatever Jim Schwartz called, there was bad communication.
Horrible communication on that one.
Ronnie McLeod and Darby are both playing.
They both just looked.
They look like they're playing a 2-3 zone. I mean, not 2-3 zone. A simple zone. They're staying
right, Mike. They looked like they were playing a 2-3 zone because they were clearly confused what the hell sport they were playing.
And so at that point, listen, when a touchdown gets caught like that, when a touchdown gets caught because of a missed tackle, Jim Schwartz can't get blamed for that. But this is what I like about Jim Schwartz. Because he was the head coach for the Detroit Lions, he knows he's a guy who has a pedigree, who was once a head coach, who now took a demotion to be a coordinator. See, you have to respect that in itself, that if we get a coordinator, and if we get a new defensive coordinator who's like a Rex Ryan, okay, that's different. But does Rex Ryan really want to get off of that show, get up to play? You know what I mean?
I think he would take a coaching position, but this is what I'll say. Will Rex Ryan put up with the bullshit Jim Schwartz puts up with in terms of the lack of player personnel? I don't think he will. I think Rex Ryan's got a tendency to pop off.
Yes, he has. Listen, he's been one of them head coaches who are headstrong and will use his mouth before his brain register what he's saying.
Yeah, I want to cover something 2020 Vision said, man. I want to flip this question back to you. Are we underestimating the Dallas Cowboys' weapons?
To answer that, he commented on one of my videos that I said the fact is, my exact statement was Carson Wentz versus Dak Prescott when it comes to pressure. This game has to be way more on Dak Prescott's side for pressure-wise because he's in a contract year and this team is loaded. And I told him, and he commented
in a contract year.
And he said he piggybacked off of it's not only Michael Gallup, not only Randall Cobb, not only Amari Cooper. He went as deep as to Tavon Austin and Devin Smith. These guys, Devin Smith, if Devin Smith was on our team, who's not even getting playing time for the Dallas Cowboys, he'd be out there as a second receiver because of his burner ability.
You know what pisses me off about the whole situation with Dak Prescott? People like to say that the Dallas Cowboys locker room is just such a tight-knit group. They all love Dak Prescott, right? Why the hell didn't one of these veterans pull that young man aside and say, don't you touch that goddamn football field without a damn contract in hand? If you're that tight-knit, why didn't someone stop you from doing that? Like, come on. You can't do that. You gambled a lot. And now that shoulder is bummed up, man.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's going to affect him this game or not, who knows? But I'm telling you right now, when you look back at the film against St. Louis, number one, they didn't even really try to throw the ball in the second half.
St. Louis, you mean L.A.? You keep
Yeah.
doing that.
I said St. Louis. I should have stayed in St. Louis. Shit don't make no sense. Why does anyone go to LA, bro, for football games? Like, no one there is diehard football fans. It shit don't make no sense. If the Raiders could make it in LA, I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? Which completely, like, had an image and, like, you know what I mean? Like, fit the city. Like,
St. Louis is so much better than LA Rams, and that's why they're trash.
it's crazy, bro. Like, how many teams they got to keep going through LA before they get it through their heads to stop doing that? Trying to get that Hollywood money, bro. That's all they're trying to do. But what gets me is, like, you let him go out there and you let him do that. Now he's got a bum shoulder. Man, these contract negotiations, like, they're vicious, bro. These people are vicious. And he was wrong. And like I said, they really weren't. They didn't try to push the ball down the field at all during the second half. And even on the first half, he was missing a shit ton of throws because you could tell that broke or fractured index finger he had, the touch on the ball wasn't right. And a couple of guys made outstanding plays to bail him out. That Cooper catch where he went up around the 50-yard line, turned back, spun around, and made the catch, like, holy shit, that was a hell of a catch.
What about that Jason Witten catch?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. With the one he scored on. Yeah.
Hey, and again, Dak Prescott's coming off this game where this is the funny point. Everybody who watches Undisputed and Skip Bayless is the oh my God Cowboy fan. But at the end of the day, all year he was saying Dak Prescott is the best player on the team. We don't have to lean on Ezekiel Elliott, blah, blah, blah. Look at this. The Dallas Cowboys played their very best game of the season. And Dak Prescott had his lowest passing attempts of the season.
Yeah.
So right there. So listen, you've been pass heavy. Kellen Moore has been trying to call passes to act like he's this hot new young offensive coordinator, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You're passing the ball a lot. You're putting up stats, but you're 7-7. You play with the run and you beat a team by 30. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it comes down to the Cowboys' best game came from Dak Prescott throwing the ball the least amount of times.
So Brian made a comment here. I'm gonna put it up to open up the debate here. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, guys, so I can see it. All right. Oh, hang on, bro. My bad, Brian. Number one, Brian's on his workout, guys. So he's still. I mean, he's staying loyal, bro. He's working out and still commenting. All right.
He better be back for the Eagles game.
Yeah. That Sanders makes Staley look much better. Staley's not even that good of a running back coach. If he goes, we can do better. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brian. I don't know if I agree with that one, man. I think Staley struggled early in the year because he saw the talent level of Sanders, but his maturity level wasn't there yet. So he kept, Staley is in charge of deciding what running back goes in on what down and distance, on what play. Like, that's his responsibility. He doesn't design the running plays. That's Jeff Stoutland. I'm pretty sure he has a say in it, but Jeff Stoutland has the main duty of doing that. Deuce Staley's developed a lot of lower tier running backs, man.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that note as well. And I want to touch on one comment real quick. You dig. Last time we were in Dallas, we had Jalen Mills fresh off the injury, Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones, and no Darby. That is true. This secondary, although it's played bad these last 3 games, we still played decently good against the Bills, the Bears, bad offenses, but we played good against Seattle Seahawks. That was my biggest thing. The only thing they really got on us was that trick play and a 50-yard run that we just blew coverage on. But Dallas hasn't seen Darby, hasn't seen a healthy Jalen Mills, hasn't seen a game where we don't have Sidney Jones on the field, because he's been a liability. I don't understand him, and the talent is there. I don't know what's wrong with him, though. If this guy does not tear his ACL in the combine, he's a top 20 pick in the first round out of Washington State, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with him, man, because at first I thought it was like, okay, he must be done after that injury, Achilles injury. He must just be done. But then, like, I was watching the advanced metrics, and the kid was being clocked at 22 miles per hour. And like, okay, it's not an athleticism thing. That's not what was causing it. So then I started really watching film on him, Philly Mike. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When he plays man, he's okay. He's not spectacular. He's not great. I'd even argue that he's probably not even good. But he's at least serviceable. When they move him into a zone concept, that man spends way too much time thinking about the play and not reacting to it off of instincts. And I'm sorry, when Sidney Jones is stinking, Sidney Jones is stinking.
Yes. But hey, I want to just give him credit. I want to say two things. One, yes, I said ACL. I don't know why I said that. I meant Achilles. Thank you, Jack Matador. And he came up big against the New York Giants on that I think it was 3rd and 3. I just remember watching this game out. First of all, this game really hurt me at halftime. And then we come back. We rally back. But I remember watching 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2, something along them lines. Sure. And I look and I said, oh my God, is that Sidney Jones? What the? He hasn't played for the Eagles in like 3, 4, 5 weeks. What is he doing on the field? And they immediately target him. And he came up with the pass break, got him out the game, and leave his career at that. Leave it at that.
Yep. So Ewing 609 said, I think the talent is on the field, but our defensive backs look lost out there, no confidence. That's a tough situation, Ewing. This is what I'll say, man. So they started off with showing confidence in the defensive back, saying that, Schwartz said he felt that Darby and Mills earned the right to play that man-style press, and Devontae Parker lit them up because he's an exceptional talent. Devontae Parker's a good football player. And then we went away from him the next 2 games and played scared and kept getting burnt. So I think their confidence is clearly shooken now, but I will say this. I don't think Mills' confidence is shooken. That guy doesn't care, man. Like, that dude brush off shit so quick it's not funny.
Yo, there's 2 real positions that really you need to have a great mindset to play, especially in 2019 NFL football. Quarterback is one of them, because if you start throwing picks, it can really eat your psyche and all that stuff.
Yep.
But cornerback is another position because of the fact this is now turning into a passing league. And the fact that now the rules are you can barely even breathe on a receiver. So all the odds are stacked against you. And when you get burnt for that 50-yard touchdown, you have to just pull together and say, okay, that happened. I forgot about it. I just won't let it happen again. But it really played. Cornerback is a real harder position to play now in the NFL with all the rule changes and the fact that these guys are just throwing a ball for 5,000 yards. It used to be 5,000 yards was hard to come by. Now 10 quarterbacks get that.
Let me go back to the title of the video, man. Let me ask you a question. How important is this game to Carson Wentz?
It's everything. For these 2 reasons, which I touched on in one of my videos, it's everything for the simple fact that he has never played in a game of this magnitude. The boy was 13-3, just destroying people in 2017. But these are all games that didn't matter. Every game matters, but it didn't have this type of magnitude to it. This is his first playoff game. It's not January, it's December, but it's a playoff game. And so he has to just show that he can do it. Now, he does get, I won't say a pass, but at the end of the day, we know what he's doing it with. And although it looks good the last 2 weeks, we still have to look at these skill players and say, this is what we got. I love the elevation he's been having these guys play at, which shows the leadership qualities that have been questioned all year. All year saying he's the selfish guy, a guy who lacks leadership. Everything's coming out now. That's
crazy, right? At the beginning of the year, what they were saying about him to what the temperature in the room is now about him.
Correct.
Like, what a difference.
The definition of these wins are leadership. Is leadership. It's controlling a group of people and making them better than what they are. This is what he's doing now. And so it's big in that sense. It's big in the playoff magnitude sense. And it's big in the sense that this season has been his most, not only the TV networks, man, Eagle fans were coming at his neck for reasons that are beyond me.
I'll say this about Carson. He's probably not a guy's guy per se. He's a tough dude. I'm not saying he's not tough, but Hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm trying out some chili here.
Hey, Gay City, I want you to comment on this one. I want your take on this one comment real quick. Lone Revolver says, I say this: if you keep Sidney Jones, Jim Schwartz got to go. If you keep Jim Schwartz, Sidney got to go. So
I think you got to look at the offseason, man. Here's what I'll say. There's a distinct possibility that Sidney Jones could develop on another team. A team that plays more man concept.
So you think he's better? You think he's a better man defender than a zone defender, of course?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He should be better at zone than what he is because he's a very fast guy, but he doesn't read. He doesn't quite understand how to read the route trees of receivers and how to read that quarterback's eyes to jump the ball. And he gets out of position a lot. Now, when he's in man, he plays a lot better. I'm not saying that he plays great, but he's at least serviceable.
He definitely got that.
I think it's why the Eagles like to use him more inside than on the outside, to be honest.
Yeah. Because he got that catch-up speed. He got that speed to, once you beat him, he got that catch-up speed. Hey, and I just want to say this to everybody to the chat. I promise next time we do this live, because I love Gay City Sports channel. Next time we do this live, I'm going to have a picture up so you don't see that little ass icon. Sorry about that.
We were trying to get his camera to work before we went live, guys, but for some weird reason we couldn't get the camera to kind of turn on for him, and like we wanted to make sure we were on time for the live stream that we put an advance notice out for. Yeah. So we're working on it. We'll either get a picture that'll fit the screen for him, or we'll figure out what's going on with the camera and get it up and running.
Are we gonna get this camera right next time? I'll make sure.
Mm-hmm. Back to Carson though, man. Let me ask you a question about Carson, bro. Do you think that he had a hard time identifying the people because of, look, the man was born in Raleigh. All right. I don't know if y'all ever been to Raleigh, but it's a unique little place. It's the capital of North Carolina. It's a city, and it's grown a lot. Back when he was a child, guys, we're talking about a rural area. It leaves Raleigh to go to even a more rural area all the way out in North Dakota. He's very devout in his faith. I don't know that some of the rumors weren't true about him. Not that the criticisms weren't unfair, but people may have felt a certain way. They're like, okay, maybe this dude is just not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not a guy's guy. Like, he's not going to go out to the club. He's not going to, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it has to necessarily do with his religious beliefs, because let's be honest, Nick Foles wants to be a preacher. Nick Foles fit the locker room. I'm just wondering, did something get started off on the wrong foot between him and other players maybe? And now that other guys are in the locker room and they didn't have nothing to do with that crap, it's smashed. And now, like, we're seeing guys kind of rallying around him. Like, where are you at on that?
Hey, I think you pretty much said it. I believe Carson Wentz as a person, he's not the average 20. I mean, I don't think he's the average 26-year-old who, should be more about fun and having fun. I think he's more grown in his mind, more grown in his studies, more grown with his faith. And so you look at guys like in the locker room who are great football players, talented players, but also want to be like, hey, what's up, everybody? I think Carson Wentz is too much and that's why I think the selfish thing came from. I think it's not like
he's very buttoned down.
I think he's too much blue collared to where he's like, all right, guys, I love you too, but let's watch film or do this. Or you want to go out here and do this? No, I'm good. Not because you don't, so I think it's a mixture, because you're talking about, remember, the NFL is filled with people between 20 and 27. That's the prime years of NFL players. So, like, I'm 28 years old. You know what I mean? And 3-4 years ago, yes, I want to get better. I want to study and all that too, but you also want to have that relationship. And that's the best thing. That's why back in the day, him and Jordan Matthews clicked in the beginning of Jordan Matthews' career, because they were really tight-knitted.
Jack said it's real royal out there. Damn, that was a tongue twister. I struggle so much with it. I'll say this, man. This is what I'll say, man. Look, I was in the service. I've been a sports guy my whole life, man. I played, I've coached. Dudes bond by doing stupid shit together. It's the truth. We bond by doing foolish and dumb shit together. one of the best ways I ever got to know like my shipmates when I was in the Navy, man, was I was young and stupid. I swiped a bottle of SoCo, Southern Comfort, big ass holiday bottle, man. Went to McDonald's when they had those big ass plastic cups, and we got two like of those really large ass Dr. Peppers, man, and drank a whole bottle of SoCo before we walked into a bar to pregame. Just how stupid we were. Bro, I got kicked out of the bar before like happy hour even started. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like guys bond by doing stupid shit together. And that's the fear I have with someone like Carson Wentz is like maybe I think he's a really good dude, man. I just think people like maybe some of the people got off on the wrong foot with him.
Correct.
And maybe Nick Foles was a little more of a dude's dude. You know what I'm saying? Like more, you know what I'm saying? Even though he wants to be a preacher and all that. And now that we got other guys that maybe are more mature because they're trying to work and get a roster space. You know what I mean? So they give a shit about being in the film room and having a quarterback give a shit about them. They're not as secure in their future. Now they're laying it on the line for this dude. I feel like there's something to that.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I want to touch on this one, piggybacking off what you said. Yes, I believe that. But I just want to go back to 2017 for a second because one of the narratives is that Alshon Jeffrey loves Nick Foles more than Carson Wentz, like because of the play style and what he does.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, yes, after he came back from the injury, he locked on Zach Ertz a lot. I think it was his security blanket. His knee wasn't right. He did that more. But in 2017, on that 13-3 start, Alshon Jeffrey, I play fantasy sports daily. Like I know people's stats because I make money, decent money. Like just yesterday's slate, the 3-game slate, I made $462 off of $30. Like $462 off of $30, I'll take that. At the end of the day, Alshon Jeffrey had a great season for that 13-3 season. Carson Wentz was feeding him. He was eating.
Hey, man.
He kept eating after Nick Foles. And at the end of the day, Alshon Jeffrey has been hurt since the Super Bowl. Maybe not crazy things. Remember, he played with that shoulder injury, and then he got surgery in the offseason. He missed the first 4 games of the season, and every game since it's been nagging this, nagging that, because this man looked kind of old on the field, but I still remember him.
Jack said he's got some stories for us. He had the cops break 6 of his ribs before. He used to party. Now he's got kids. Hey, man, I ain't never had no cops break my ribs, but I've definitely been there, bro. I spent a night in the drunk tank because I got into an argument with a Marine down in Virginia Beach.
I don't like to pry, but the story behind the 6 ribs broken from a cop, 6 cops breaking ribs, that got to be a really good story. It has to be a good
exactly,
a story. It wasn't good when it was happening, but now that you can look upon it, it has to be one of the stories that you tell everybody once in a while. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I think it's something to it, man, is that Alshon just didn't bond with him the way that he did with Nick. Nick got him paid. And I don't think Alshon dislikes Carson. I don't think that's what's going on at all. I just think that Alshon Foles. I think you can like somebody, but have one of your other friends you're closer with. You know what I'm saying? A guy that got you paid. A dude that maybe he's a little more your speed. I think they like each other. But I do think there is something to the fact that maybe Alshon was either more injured than we were led to believe, or maybe he wasn't giving it his all every game.
Could be.
It's hard to say, man, because there's so much nuance to stuff like that. But I will say this, man, I love Nick Foles. He brought us a Super Bowl. Dude's not the same talent as Carson.
Correct. Listen, I was at that Atlanta Falcons game. I still have pictures. I still have everything. I was at the Atlanta Falcons game in the divisional round in 2017. Tickets were real hefty. I go to a lot of Eagles games, but that was my first playoff game. And I want to say, like, they have these things that move around that says about the crowd's audience, how loud they are. And all game, we had 3 of them going. We were loud. 3 of them were going. At the end of the game, all 4 of them were going. And it's not normal that all 4 get going because it's hard to get that 4th one, supposedly, or something like that. Man, when Julio Jones dropped that ball, that whole thing lit up, man. I had the biggest headache. At the same time, I had the best time of my life for that game. But Nick Foles just squeaked by that game. We played defense and we ran the ball. He squeaked by
Exactly.
it. Then something happened, and he had the best 2 games that really any quarterback can have back to back. And I'm always going to love him for that. But
Yep.
we see what he's doing in Jacksonville. And check this out real quick. His receivers are better than our receivers throughout the totality of this year. DJ Chalk, Westbrook, they got better receivers than us with health-wise and all that. So, I mean, I love Nick Foles, but look, Gardner Minshew time.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Joyce, bro, we were in Norfolk at the same time, man. I started right around the same time you did, bro. I was on the Eisenhower. So we moved over from Newport News to Norfolk. But yeah, I was there around the same exact time as you. As a matter of fact, the club that got me in trouble, the club I was coming out of, was that shitty ass club Peabody's down in Virginia Beach. So I was coming out of there and like I was talking with some friends and some Marine. I never knew the dude, never had any problems with nothing. Like the dude shoulder bumped me like with such force that it almost knocked me on my ass. And you know how Virginia Beach has those no cursing signs. So there was a cop down there on the boardwalk. I know he had to see the entire interaction. There's no way he didn't. So I was like, dude, what the hell is your problem? And the guy blew his whistle and came like running across the street and was like, you can't curse. And I'm like, really? Pretty sure the Constitution says I can. And we got into an exchange. He's like, oh, maybe you got the constitutional right to curse, but you can't be drunk in public. I got to give him credit, bro. I was playing checkers. He was playing chess. He got me. But yeah, man, it's a unique area, Stephen. That's a very unique area Norfolk is.
Hey, Gate City Sports, I'm going to put you and everybody who's in the live chat on. I'm gonna ask you guys. You go first, and then everybody in the chat, just if you believe, some people have superstitions, they don't like to do that. But if you don't believe in that, I want to hear prediction scores. What is the prediction scores? Let's throw it out there. Of course, we Eagle fans, we're going to favor the Eagles, but I want to see how people feel of how this game is kind of going to play out at the end of the day. So for everybody in the chat, throw your prediction score out, and we're going to start with Gay City Sports. What is your prediction?
Ooh, Jesus. I'm going to say 27-21 Eagles.
That's kind of close to mine. Mine is 27-23 Eagles. And now let's hear some of you guys. You guys got to tell us. Let us know what you guys think. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones talking on the screen, but our channels don't mean nothing without you guys. Because you guys are, you guys are more important than us.
Jack got a 21-14 Eagles. I agree, by the way, Philly Mike. That's true. We're just a couple people talking over the internet if you're not here. Ewing say he hopes it's 37-10 Philly.
Oh,
revenge game.
Ewing, if that happens, I'm gonna love this game because the last couple Eagle game they don't give us no slack. I mean, we have to be in the game 100% to the end. I would love a game that we can just at halftime be a little bit more relaxed. I can sit on the far part of my couch, not right in front of the TV.
Yeah, Woodrow got it 28-23 Birds. 2020 versions got it 30-27 Birds.
Hey, Woodrow, I like that. I said 27-23, that 28-23. Hey, I like that better. I'll take that extra point. I like it.
I think it's going to be in the 20s. I do.
Yeah. I mean, we did put 30-some points on the Washington Redskins, who actually, man, the Redskins are not a good team, but their defense has been playing well these last 3 weeks. I talked to you a little bit about that before we got on live. Bill Callahan has his team better than what the record shows, and we beat him.
He needs to be their coach. They're fools if they don't. Jack Matter, you say a 44-6. That's a whooping, bro.
Oh, wasn't that the score we did a couple years ago on like a Sunday night for the playoffs? I think it was that 44-6 exactly.
Sounds about right. Yeah, you did 24-21. Dez, he said 30-27.
Bird gang.
Walk off Jake Elliott field goal for the win.
I'll take that. He just got paid. He better make that. If it comes down to that, he better make that.
I do think there's something to the 24-point score. I think we're going to have to get above 24 points to win this game. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to disrespect Dallas, because the one thing I'll give them is that they can put points up. I think that their offense, if Dak is right, if the shoulder's okay, they're going to score points. Now, I do agree with what you and I were talking about earlier, which is people are sleeping on just how good that New York Giants front, their front four are, and just how good the actual Washington Redskins front seven is. It's better than Dallas. I'm sorry. Dallas might have some players like Dexter Lawrence and like the guys who can get there, but from an overall perspective, I would take both of those defenses over Dallas right now.
Yeah, at the end of the day, before the Redskins came into this game against us last week, they were on like a 2-game winning streak. Then they lost a close game to the Packers, a playoff team, a team we beat though. And then we had to go on the road and do that. That was a big win. I don't care what anybody says. It was a big win to me.
Mm-hmm. Ewing, man, I appreciate the subscribe, bro. Appreciate that, man. Jack says 61-yarder as time expires for the win. Bro, the link would go crazy if that happens.
Didn't he do that 61-yard against the Giants in 2017?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so. 61 or 63-yarder, right? It was pretty long.
I think it was around 61.
Yeah. Woodrow said one interception and one fumble for our D. We're gonna need turnovers. I'm with you on that. We're gonna need turnovers. We're gonna need extra possessions to win this.
I want to touch on that real quick. And like I said, sorry guys, I don't have a camera up. Man, it's I feel weird without it. But anyways, if we going to win this game, because at the end of the day, yes, the Eagles have a good shot to win this game because of the Dallas Cowboys realization that they don't win big games. They got talent on that team, but they're 7-7 just like us. But the defense needs some turnovers. We need to help this offense who is
2020 vision. This might be breaking, bro. So Jordan Howard's playing?
That's what I read that too. I said the same thing. Is he playing? Because I didn't see it.
If he's playing, that's huge, man. That's breaking. Like, we might be on to something if he's playing. Because, bro, that's a hell of a three-headed monster in the backfield.
You dig? If you dig, Carson throws 2 for 230 and 2 touchdowns. You dig? I dig that. I'm telling you, I like that.
You dig. He's starting on my fantasy team, so I'm looking for that 304.
Is your fantasy team? Are you playing for a championship or are you playing for that consolation prize?
It's I guess like what they would call the divisional rounds this week. Next week's the championship. I don't know why they took it to week 17. That's hard, bro, because you don't know who's sitting, who's playing. I hate when they do that.
But are you in it? Because are you playing for that consolation prize, that third place?
No, I'm in. No, I had the best overall record.
All right, tell me your team right now.
Who's on it?
Yes, I want to know.
Carson's the quarterback. I got Chris Carson, the running back. Miles Sanders is a running back. Tyreek Hill's my receiver. Greg Ward Jr. was called up for a receiver. Old dude's name from the Broncos, man.
Receiver?
The young kid. What's his name? Shit, let me look at it real quick. He's one of them. Hang on, man. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue, too.
Yeah, I can't think of it either, and he's on my damn fantasy team. I got him. I got I sat Hooper this week, and I played Dallas Goedert as my tight end just because I knew that they give up too many points. Honestly, I got burnt on the Titans game because of the running back, bro, being out, man. That shit screwed me over. I had a real good running back rotation, man. Mozart from the 49ers, he was one of my I had him. He already played, though. He played last night. Let me take a look, man. I ain't even looked at the score.
I'm gonna read all these couple comments. So 2020 Vision says the latest is Howard ain't ruled out, so he's probable. So there's no definite that he's gonna play. I mean, the dude's been a day-to-day for like 6 weeks. So I mean, I don't know. But hey, 2020 Vision, if he plays, that's really good. I'll take that. And Jack Matter, Philly Mike, you're catching on. Hey, thanks.
All right, so my team this week is Wentz, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders, Tyreek Hill, Cortland Sutton, man. That's who we were thinking of.
Sutton.
Yeah. Dallas Goedert, Raheem Mostert, Greg Ward Jr. I got the Colts D, and I got Chase McLaughlin as my kicker.
Mostert's going to go off. Oh, he already played.
Yeah, he already did. Yeah, he got me like 16, 17 points.
All right. I had him last night actually in my thing when he was part of my $462 win.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, bro. I'm playing in I'm in a unique league. I'll just say it that way, bro.
Well, that's what I love about DFS. Look, I play with my friend. I got 2 leagues I play with my friends. They're both $100 buy-ins. But
Mm-hmm.
when the injuries happen and blah blah blah, DFS is every week you create your new team. You have a
Yeah,
salary cap you got to stay under, but you create your own team. So there's a lot of guys who are dirt cheap because they're trash, but they're in a good matchup. I mean, free
yeah.
money is my money.
I got burned a little bit this week, though, bro. I mean, yeah, I had man. My roster was so good this year with the running backs, man. Like I was really set up well this year, but bro, I got so burnt, man. In the end, they burnt me, bro, because I had my fourth running back is Royce Freeman, but I don't really play him that much, just here and there. But I had Derrick Henry, man, but Derrick Henry's out.
Oh yeah, and
Uh,
damn, that hurts.
with
That hurts.
Moser, Henry, then I had Chris
Yeah, but
Carson, Miles Sanders, bro. I was killing people this year, man.
right, but Henry was going to have a tough matchup against the Saints, anyways. The Saints got a
Yeah, he
great
was.
run.
He
Hey,
was,
but
but he's a physical back, man.
yeah, he's a bruiser. Let's read some of these comments. Look, so 2020 Vision said Howard is questionable, not ruled out. You
That's
dig
good.
said, man, we need to keep Malcolm Jenkins over the top and help these corners. Hey, well, the focus got to be on Zeke, but yeah, we cannot forget about Cooper, Cobb, Gallup. You can't forget about them. Um, Jack Magner said if Howard hasn't been cleared for the contact prior to today, I doubt he plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up real quick, Jack. I don't know if he was or wasn't, man. I ain't heard anything on that.
Well, D Block 11 said, "What's up, guys? Go Birds." Howard is not playing.
I didn't
So
think he would either, but
I like
hold on this.
you. Dig said Sanders goes off tonight, and next week he makes a statement for Rookie of the Year.
What I'm about to go to tools. Let me shorten this stuff up. No, not recent. We need the past hour. Oh, there ain't nothing on the past hour, bro. Yeah, the Eagles are keeping it pretty tight to the vest, whatever's going on there.
Yeah. And 2020 Vision just said that's a concern that we don't have a bruiser out there. Sanders and Scott are scat backs, no changeup.
Yeah.
I agree. They both play the same kind of style. It's great for 2-back sets in the pass game, but when you want, if we can keep this game close and you're trying to go down the last part of this game, you're trying to control the line of scrimmage. Jordan Howard is great with that, and we lack that.
2020 Vision. What are your thoughts on Ajayi, man? I'm disappointed, man.
Very. Do you not see the couple? He barely had any runs, Gate City. But how do you feel how has he been running to your eyes?
His biggest plays keep getting called back, so it's hard to judge him. But to be honest, man, he don't look good, bro. He looks slow.
I agree. I seen him runs. It don't look he has bursts, and I don't know, but hey, at the end of the day, he would be the guy to go to for a 3rd and 2 at the end of the day. Hey, I'm gonna read Donald Bynum's. Put Donald's Bynum's. I don't know if you've seen it, but put it on the screen and read it.
Okay, yeah, I got you. All right. Sorry, I was looking for Facebook for him. I can't find him on there.
Nah, you're good. Oh, you were looking.
I was trying to find it. Yeah. Hey, Donald. Let me see, man. Let me see if I can't figure it out, bro. Donald Bynum. Let me make sure I spelled your name right in Facebook because I couldn't find it, bro.
Well, guess what? Listen, the way you're teaching your son is the right way to teach him. You got to start him early. Eagles all day.
Donald, where are you from, man? Are you from Hagerstown, Maryland, or where are you from? Because that might help us figure out which one to pull up.
Brian said 33-17.
Oh, hold on. I see one we got Eagle stuff on. It's probably you right here, man. Oh, that's Raven shit. Never mind. Nah, bro. I got a bunch of friends that are Raven fans too, bro, from when I was in the military, man. Damn, this one dude got like 16 damn profiles.
He said, yes, sir. Norfolk, VA.
Norfolk, VA. All right, let me make sure I spelled this shit right because everything I've seen is like Hagertowns, Maryland. Let me see, man. We'll pull him
And
up.
I just want to touch on Brian. Brian came out with the score a little late because he's getting that workout in. He said 33-17. I'll take it.
But hang on, man. It might be set. His stuff might be set to private. I think I see him though because I see some BDU stuff in here.
No, Donald said he has an eagle hat on backwards. Just to let
Eagle
you
hat
know.
on backwards. All right. I'm still looking for it, Donald. I'm looking for it, man. Hold up.
Well, also, Donald, you said your son has a full jersey on. Whose jersey does he have on? Can I ask?
I'm gonna see all people. Just see if I can't find it. Tarboro, North Carolina, bro. There's a lot of Donald Bonhams, man. Holy crap, bro! You got a popular name. I see you though, bro. I found you. I see your video and everything, bro. Hold up. I don't want to put your video up there like that if you don't want me to, man. But I was gonna put your video up there. Sorry, I'm gonna see if I can get it to play.
He said the second one.
The second video.
He said you can. He said you can put that video up. Go ahead. Let's see it.
All right, let me see which one. You want the first one or the second one, bro?
The first one or the second one, Donald?
He got two up there. One, he got the Eagles toboggan on. The other one, he got the hat on backwards.
He said second.
The second video? All right. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to share the screen so everybody can see it. My bad, Don. It got your stuff all stuck up here. All right. Let me mess with this. Share screen. Share screen. Let's go to Chrome tab. Donald. Share. All right, y'all. This is Donald Bonham. See if I can't get it to play right now. Can everybody see?
There's no sound though.
Y'all can't hear it?
No.
Oh, he got the Eagle socks on and everything, bro.
Hey, that's good luck.
He suited up, bro, from head to toe. Guys, I'm sorry I won't let you hear it, but go check him out on Facebook, guys. He's got a couple of videos up, man. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find his J-Train is hurting. He may be finished. D-Block, I think you're right, bro. I hate to say it, man, but I think you're right.
Hey, he said it's the other one, and everybody's talking about there's no sound of I don't know if I don't think you can get the sound up.
Yeah, I can hear it fine, but I don't know why I won't pick it up. What's crazy is I think when I play like videos on like if I go to my NFL Pass, Game Pass, like you can hear, but that's crazy, man. I don't know why it's not. I mean, I guess I could put captions up on it, maybe. I can see if maybe it'll let me do captions. Norfolk, Virginia, bro. Yeah. Ajayi has lost a lot of juice. Yeah, he has, man. He's not the same.
Hey, Gate City, you know what I would do? Because I realized that's why I did this a little bit ago. This StreamYard chat has to be late because sometimes you be reading these questions off that have been there for a minute. So the reason I got these early questions is because I have our live chat pulled up on my phone right next to me with the sound turned down.
So you got it on yeah, I got you.
So I mean, I'm not commenting on it, but I have it up, so I see the comments as soon as it comes out. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. You said StreamYard they be messing around with the comments and whatnot, and some of
they
the
do, man. They roll in kind of weird. The way they roll in comes in kind of weird.
Because like the Ajayi Juice one, I got to scroll up for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I keep it up, and so I look at my phone real quick, and I see this. Well, it's easier for me because I'm not on camera, so I could be picking my nose if I want. Nobody knows nothing. I'm just.
Mm-hmm. Can y'all hear the video now?
Nah.
I'm gonna show you when it gets to the part of the video. He's got his kid in the jersey. I'm gonna pause it and I'll do a screenshot.
At the end of the day, we have to run the ball. We just got to run the ball for real, though.
Oh, bro, yeah, he got the hat on and everything. I see it now. Hold up, I'm trying to get into his kid, man, so I can show everybody.
While you're pulling it up, I'm going to read the last comment. 2020 Vision says, we got to stop Elliott. He averages 167 yards a game on us, I believe. He played the Birds 5 times. He's 5-0 against the Birds. He don't play, we beat him. He plays.
Elliott's been killing us, bro.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing because 31 other runner backs, we kind of keep contained. We shut them down, but Ezekiel Elliott has had our number.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's already 4 o'clock. We've been on here for a minute.
Yeah, we have, bro. Time goes by fast, man. But I'm trying to get to this part where he's. And I'm gonna screenshot it for everybody. Sorry, guys, I'm watching the video at the same time. All right, guys, I'm gonna show it. Here he is. All right, so let me go back here and change the view around here, guys. I'm gonna share the screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Why would it share? It's asking me if I want to share StreamYard, which is the app we're using, guys. All right, let me see if I can expand it for y'all. Can everybody see? Can y'all see it?
Yeah, we can see it. Donald Bynum. Hey, Donald Bynum, shout out to you, raising your son right in that Philly life. Good stuff, bro. And Donald Bynum said you made his day. Hey,
it's cool, bro. I like that, man. Your kid's cool, man. You
right
guys
there.
I don't know if y'all can hear it. I don't think you guys can hear it, but this kid was ever talking about we're gonna bust them up.
That right there could be a determining factor because I'm a superstitious kind of guy. Like if I'm holding something a certain way while the Eagles are winning, I gotta keep doing it. That's just what I do. But at the end of the day, that video right there, Donald Bynum, just might be the determining factor of this game on some, especially a close game. If it's a close game, we just need whatever good karma we can get.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever juju we can gather together today, guys. All right, y'all. Look, man, I'm about to get some chili. Get ready for this game, man. I got to throw my jersey on. I still ain't got my jersey on. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for coming in here, man. I really do appreciate y'all coming in. Look, it's fun, man. I like doing this kind of stuff, man. We like talking with y'all live. Me and Philly Mike, we talk all the time, to be real with y'all. So we've been wanting to do this for a while, guys. So we really do appreciate y'all stopping in and hanging out with us. Like we said, we're together about how we're going to do like guest slots on here. We said, hit us up. I'll start putting my email stuff in all my video links, guys. I'll start doing that for you guys. That way you can email me if you need to. Give me your Facebook stuff, guys, your Twitter, whatever it is you use, Instagram, your email, whatever. And then that way when we do these special guest, slots, all we got to do, guys, is email you the link and you can come join in. All right. All right, y'all. Like I said, man, this is big, bro. This is for everything, man. This is for the division. Pretty much, this is pretty much going to be for whether or not we see Carson play a playoff game this year. Like, This is big, man. You got any final words, Philly Mike?
Well, I just want to piggyback on what you said. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is Gate City Sports Channel. The dude is a monster. But so if you're not subscribed to him in the chat, go ahead and hit that button ASAP. But hey, and if you want to check my channel out, I mean, there's no link to check it out. But hey, you just type in Philly Mike in the search bar, and I'll be right there. Right now, the picture is me in between the Doug Peterson and Nick Foles statue. You know.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, thank you guys for joining. And it all comes down to this, man. We're both are going to make reaction videos. We just hope that the video we make after this game does not have us in a sour mood.
Bro, yeah, I can't take it today, bro. We need a victory today, man.
We need a victory
Today, bro. Damn.
So with
All
that
right,
being
y'all.
So with that being said, like I said, if you need to type Philly Mike in the search bar, my channel will come up. But yo, thank you for tuning in. And Gate City Sports, that dude knows football. The X and O point, ain't nobody better than him.
Appreciate that, man. That's high praise, man. That's high praise. I try to do my Ray Didinger sometimes, man. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's time we get riled up. You know what it is. EABLES. All right, y'all. Let's go Eagles, guys. Hey, man. Thanks again, guys. We really do appreciate y'all, man. Hey, Philly Mike, I appreciate you coming on, bro.
No problem. Next time I have the camera up so we can really interact.
All right, man. Thank you, guys, man. Once again, y'all. Peace. I'm out.